This is Life Beyond the Finish Line right here on 90.3 WHBC. I'm your host, Orlandina Balan, aka The Fitter Woman, and today's conversation is all about how to lead with integrity, vision, and generosity, featuring my guest, Rich Big Daddy Salgado. So, I often find that leaders are afraid to lead from the front, and you're shining in the front. They feel more comfortable leading from the rear and pushing their people forward. Why do you think that is? And do you think it's a good style of leadership?
Everyone has their own formula, and I believe that being out in front, if I want people to know who I am and what I do, how are they going to find out if I'm in the back?
That's right.
That doesn't make any sense. I want to be out in front. I want everyone to know, Big Daddy, insurance consultant, that's what he does. And, relationship, connector, whatever, all these different things that everyone labels me. As long as it's nothing bad, I don't care, because I just want people to understand that I'm here to help them through my business and through my relationships. The one thing that I always tell clients is, and let's just take a step back. So I had a former client who decided to go in a different direction. Well, then they have, I'm not going to say amount of kids, but kids that want to go to schools. Mm-hmm. Well, they call me to assist. And I say, well, how come you don't call your insurance guy to help you?
Yeah.
Why is he not helping you? And then, whatever, I bite my tongue and I do what I need to do. And then they come back and they're like, my wife and I were discussing this, how the only guy that ever does anything they say they're going to do is you. Mm-hmm. And I said, that's right. But your other insurance guy, he'll help you, and I tell clients all the time that if they do business with me, I find a way to give back.
Yes.
Somehow, some way. I don't want it to be a one-way street. It's got to be two ways. It's got to work, because if I do a good enough job for the client, they're going to recommend me to somebody else.
Absolutely.
And what makes me different than all the 10 other thousands of insurance people that are out there? That's why I'm out in front. I want to be different. I want people to see that I'm not in that circle of all those people that you have labeled as, cheese balls or crooks or thieves or guys that are just trying to make a sale and get to the next sale. Mm-hmm. Because we run into that a lot.
The stereotypes, you hear that about attorneys, you hear
Mm-hmm.
that about insurance. And to see someone like you step to the front to say, no, that's not the norm, and this is what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
So if you're not in the front to show that, then what are you there for, right?
Mm-hmm.
So leadership often means making tough calls, right? So how do you balance your honesty with compassion? Because a lot of times when you've got to tell people the truth, they don't take it too well. And being a leader, you have to tell people.
Well, everything's like with us, we say it's a case by case, So when we do business with somebody, we always say it's not an event, it's a process. And then when you have to tell somebody the truth, you got to just tell them. Yeah. There's no sugarcoating. I don't want it to be sugarcoated to me, so I'd rather, I joke and say I've been yelled at by the best coaches in the business from high school all the way up, through college and whatnot. So for someone to come and be honest and truthful and just tell me, hey, I don't like you, well, okay, you don't like me. So if you want to tell me why, great. If you don't, then listen, get over it. You want a friend, get a dog.
I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to help you.
Yeah,
that's what I'm here for.
That's exactly right. It's you can't be everything to everyone. Yeah. I've learned that through the years now, as I've gotten older, that your circle becomes smaller and smaller because you get rid of people.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of people that, hey, look, they just want to be my friend because of who I am and who I deal with and whatnot, and access to this and what and that. And, I try to keep my personal life personal and simple and quiet. Mm-hmm. And my business life is different because it involves a lot of social media, involves TV, involves interviews like this. Mm-hmm. And articles and whatnot, and that's how you grow your business. Right. But
so you can't be afraid of being in the front.
No, you cannot. I tell people, when you go to a room, those 100 people in there, give every one of them your card.
That's right.
And if they'll say, "Oh, I already have insurance," I go, and when someone tells me that, I always say, "Really? Well, what kind do you got?" Oh, well, see, there you go. There's the problem. You know why? Because you were not educated
Thank you. Oh my
properly.
gosh, Big Dad.
You were
Please tell
not
the people.
educated
God,
properly
yes.
on what you bought.
That's right.
You were sold something. And a lot of times in insurance, people buy it because it's their girlfriend, their boyfriend, their uncle, their grandfather,
Yeah.
or a very close friend. And that's not the way to do business. Each individual is an individual business, and you have to treat yourself that way. So, what's the best for me? Okay, what do I get? How much can I afford to get? Don't have someone put you into something that, oh, I don't know if I can afford this. Oh, yeah, you can. You'll make it. You'll ride it out, whatever. But then 2 years later, you can't afford it. You lost all that money because someone selfishly sold you something that doesn't help you. It helps them as the salesperson.
Correct.
That's why we tell people we don't work for the company, we work for them.
That's right. And that education piece is massive.
Oh, you have to know.
That education piece is massive.
I want a client to be able to tell, 5 or 10 other friends that, hey, Big Daddy and Chris helped me do this, this, and this. You should sit down and talk to them.
Yeah.
That's how you get more business, because you educate people on who you are, what you do, how you do it, and how you're going to help them, and also try to help them save money.
Exactly. No, I think that's awesome. It's awesome to be able to do that. So as we're wrapping up, I have a question for you. Legacy is such an overused word, especially in the world of finance, right? So much so that I believe that people have either forgotten or do not truly understand its meaning. What does legacy mean to you? Because in your business, you're all about ensuring legacy. What does legacy mean to you?
It means a couple things, but I think the most important thing is that I'm a righteous person and I try to do the right thing. Those are really the two things that, when it comes to legacy, I feel that is important when it's attached to our company name, individually too. But there's not too many places that I can't go where someone doesn't know me.
Yeah.
And they'll say to somebody, oh, that's a good guy. I would rather have that and make less money than be the wealthiest guy on the planet and be hated by everybody.
That's right.
That's important.
That is important. I always say that, and because you love to educate, that is part of legacy too, to show people, not just to say it, but to show them.
Yeah, it's important. I wasn't the brightest guy. I did not like studying. I did postgraduate years in schools to get into college. And I think I was telling my college roommate, Neil O'Donnell, I said, dude, I studied more for these financial exams than I did in the years we were at Maryland, And he was laughing about it. But you learn as you get older. It's important to read, but have an understanding.
Yes.
Have an understanding of what your business, your personal business is, because each individual is a business. And when you get married, the business gets bigger.
That's right.
And then you have children, you have more responsibilities. But make sure that you have all your bases covered, but do it in a way that's not going to break the bank, and do it in a way where you have an understanding that someone like us, helped you. Introduce us to somebody else so we can help them.
That's right. That is legacy. That is legacy. So, fam, with that being said, I want to thank Rich. Thank you for coming.
No, thank you.
Thank you for sharing those insights. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
So with that, fam, with that being said, be bigger, be fitter, be stronger. That means to be bigger in mind, fitter in body, stronger in spirit, and be good to this wonderful temple called you. I'm Orlandina Balan, a.k.a. The Fitter Woman, inviting you to join me next time on Life Beyond the Finish Line, available to wherever you listen to podcasts. Video podcast is also available on YouTube, and always right here on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
And she is fit, man. Little Jones.